What if the real barrier to your success isn't a lack of talent, money, or opportunity, but your ego? That inner voice that demands recognition before results, praise before effort, and excuses instead of growth. In Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday reveals how ego quietly destroys ambition, success, and resilience, and why learning to master it may be the most valuable skill you'll ever develop. Ego is not confidence. Ego is the belief that you are already good enough, that you deserve more than you've earned, and that feedback is an attack rather than a gift. According to Ryan Holiday, ego shows up at every stage of life, but it takes different forms depending on where you are in your journey. The book is divided into three powerful phases: aspire, success, and failure. First, aspire. When we are starting out, ego whispers, "You're special." It pushes us to seek attention instead of skill, titles instead of mastery, and recognition instead of learning. Holiday reminds us that the most dangerous thing early on is thinking we already know everything. Real growth comes from being a student, observing, listening, practicing, and doing the work quietly. He delivers a hard truth: be humble enough to learn and patient enough to wait. Then comes success. This is where ego becomes truly dangerous. Praise, money, and power can distort judgment. Ego convinces us that success is permanent and entirely our own doing. Holiday warns that many people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they stop learning. The moment you believe you've arrived, you stop improving. Discipline, self-restraint, and humility are what keep success sustainable. As Holiday puts it, don't let success go to your head, and don't let failure go to your heart. Finally, failure. Failure exposes ego more brutally than anything else. Ego turns setbacks into personal insults. It blames others, complains about unfairness, or gives up entirely. But Holiday reframes failure as feedback. When ego is removed, failure becomes a teacher. It shows you what to fix, where to improve, and how to grow stronger. History's most resilient leaders and creators used failure not as an excuse, but as fuel. Throughout the book, Ryan Holiday draws lessons from Stoic philosophy, military leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs. The message is consistent. Greatness is built quietly. It is rooted in discipline, effort, and humility, not applause. The core lesson of Ego is the Enemy is simple but uncomfortable. If you can master your ego, you can master your craft. If you can accept criticism, you can improve faster. If you can stay humble in success and calm in failure, you gain a real advantage. Because in the end, ego doesn't just block success, it blinds us to the work required to earn it. And the people who win long-term are not the loudest in the room, but the ones who keep showing up, doing the work, and letting results speak for themselves.